You know, being a skeptic could just mean that you're tapping into your critical faculties because you don't want to make a stupid decision. Or being a skeptic could also mean that you're just being a wimp and you're trying to shrink your brain and think smaller because, well, who knows why. But look at it this way. Being a skeptic, it all depends on the aim that you have. Are you being a skeptic about whatever because you're trying to talk yourself out of something and you want to attach yourself to the negative? You need reason and justification as to why whatever is a bad thing? Or are you being a skeptic because you want to find the positive? You're looking for a solution. You want to expand your brain and grow yourself and affect positively other people on the planet that we live on. Ask yourself that question and be honest with yourself. It takes some humility. I used to be a skeptic almost 100% of the time because I was scared. I was trying to protect myself. So, you know, I shrunk my brain. I would think small. And when you think small, you don't affect anybody positively, maybe negatively, but certainly not positively. And we end up being insignificant in everybody's lives around us, which is pretty stupid and worthless. I like to be worthwhile. But then I had this massive paradigm shift in my brain because of some great ideas I finally was open to. And then I'm still a skeptic. But now it's completely different. I'm a skeptic, but with the name of a positive message, a positive solution. I want to expand my brain. I want to grow myself personally. I like to tap into my critical faculties, my free thinking faculties. But my skepticism now is, okay, how can I make this work? How can I get the most out of this or that? What's the best I can do? That's sort of the thing. That's where being a skeptic really, really matters. Not the way that most people are a skeptic, and that is to, talk themselves out of something or to find the negative, only find what's wrong with something. I'm a skeptic because I want to find what's right with something, what I can do to scale up on what is good and what is positive. I'm an online business owner as of 2007. When I was first introduced, I was skeptic because I was thinking small. And then because I eventually transitioned into a skeptic that was trying to talk myself into it, which actually became kind of easy because the girl I was dating at the time back in 2007 started creating all this success, and I knew her personally. She wasn't, a testimonial from an infomercial, and it became easy. It's like, okay, Tom, you got to do this. You can do this. You can scale up and make this work. You just have to learn some new skills and be coachable, pay attention. And I have no time to build this. I have no income because I had no job, so I had no income, and all these other problems I have. But you know what? I can learn some new skills and solve all these problems. I had all these reasons that were perfect to not do it, and then they turned into perfect reasons to do it. Still skeptic, just a different kind, a better kind of skeptic. So that's really the challenge for all of us, all of you, is to become a better quality skeptic that's growing yourself instead of shrinking yourself. And voila, you can be on your way, and you can fumble things up along the way, and you can make mistakes, and you could really mess things up, but because you're a better skeptic, you can find the lesson in everything, because in everything that you do, you're either gonna win or you're gonna learn. And even when you win, you can learn because you can scale up on what's working. That's a pretty cool kind of skepticism, in my personal opinion. And speaking of that online business, yeah, I'm going there with that in my video. If you'd like to look at information about it to see if it's something you want to be a skeptic about, I invite you to it. When people ask me for more information about it, I'm always happy to share it, especially when they have a positive aim. And if it turns out to not be for somebody, my response has always been, no problem, thanks for looking at it, I hope you find something that you really like. And then that actually has inspired a lot of people to come back because they weren't made to feel weird if they weren't interested, or if they were interested but they needed to think about it, or it just wasn't the right time. A lot of people come back. I've personally sponsored and enrolled hundreds of people, which is more than almost anybody. But almost nobody is doing what I'm doing, and very few people will actually do what I do, but I teach it to anybody that's open and teachable, which is a pretty good deal, especially for the skeptics, the positive skeptics that enroll into something like this with me, because we can relate, we can empathize. We're skeptics, but we're positive skeptics, and we just want to grow and positively affect other people on the planet that we live on. So they learn from me, and I learned some things from them too, so it's a mutual reciprocal learning experience. It's pretty cool. But I have found that in a home business setting, being a positive skeptic has worked out very well for me and like-minded people that I come across who are also positive skeptics. The negative skeptics, they're not going to get into this, because when somebody is looking for what's wrong with something, whether it's this or anything for that matter, but take my online home business for example, when somebody's looking for what's wrong with it, they'll find it every time. That's just the way that's a negative skeptic. The positive skeptics are looking for what's right with it, what's great about it that I can really attach myself to that's positive. So another way to frame it is, do you like to attach yourself? Look at yourself honestly. When you're looking at things, whatever they are, do you find that you're typically attaching yourself to the positive or to the negative? Get the whole story, find out, everything that you can, but what are you attaching yourself to? Do you need reason to talk yourself into it, or do you need reason to talk yourself out of it? That sort of stuff. And I find that this is a great way to sync up with people and meet new people and build relationships with people that are like-minded, in that we are positive skeptics and we love having reasons for the best and whatever. So that works out really well. And if you would like to, sincerely and genuinely, if you would like to know what I'm doing, connect with me privately and I will send you some information about it. I'm not inviting you into my deal, I'm inviting you to look at information about it to see if it's something that you would want to do. If you would, cool. And if you look at it and decide you don't want to do it, that's cool too. And that doesn't mean you're a negative skeptic. It could just mean that it doesn't vibrate with you, which is totally cool. And a lot of people that were not interested initially become interested, because most other business owners do not have that attitude when somebody doesn't buy into their deal on their timetable. Just letting you know, which is something you already know because we've all come across them. This is totally different. And I will teach you to do the same and treat people the same way. Therefore, I believe you will also be unusually successful, and you will feel good. You'll feel good no matter if somebody gets in your deal or somebody doesn't. You're going to feel good either way. They'll feel good, you'll feel good. And it's a beautiful thing. So most of my friends are not doing this, but we're still friends anyway, because I didn't do something to make them feel weird or stupid for not being into this. Makes perfect sense. Well, I'm looking forward to who I'm going to hear from. And I have a website too. It's called fireyyourboss.xyz. Don't you love that name? Fireyyourboss.xyz is perfect. I'm growing healthy, rich people that can get out from underneath the thumb of living underneath the thumb of anybody that can tell them what to do. I'll say that again without being tongue twisted. I love the fireyyourboss.xyz name because I love growing healthy, rich people that can get out from underneath the thumb of anybody that can tell them what to do, including a boss or a banker or whoever. It doesn't even matter. I love freedom-loving people. So let's have an affair with freedom together. And I will be hearing from you real soon. Bye for now.